welcome to the show. Gentlemen, why don't you begin this conversation by giving us your definition of bad boy?
Well, my personal definition of bad boy is it's a guy who really doesn't care what anybody thinks. He's going to do what he wants. He has a certain aura of confidence and assertiveness and even aggressiveness, and he just does what he wishes, pretty much. I mean, he's just not living by the rules of others. He does whatever he pleases, pretty much.
Dr. Tartt?
I look at it, put bad boys, I guess, in two categories. One is a guy that's kind of going through a phase, trying to figure out who he is. And the second one is someone who's damaged. His mask is that he's a bad boy, but inside, he's really hurt, so he acts out on women as a response to being hurt. So I look at him as damaged goods.
Now, both of you are talking to tens of thousands of women around the country. Why? Why? Tell me why women love bad boys.
Well, I think it's that the confidence is number one. And again, whether it's a false confidence, because like Dr. Tartt just mentioned, a lot of them are just masking their insecurities and their issues with this bad boy facade. But still, when you exhibit confidence and a sureness of yourself, people are drawn to that. And again, the bad boy is more willing to be assertive, and women like assertive men. That's just the way it is, whether it's men of power or a regular guy. When you can put your foot down when necessary, they like that.
That's right. Don't grunt. Don't grunt, Jennifer. You like that. You need that. You need that.
Don't
you need
tell
that,
me
Jennifer.
what to do.
You need that. You do like that. You like leadership.
Okay, leadership.
Leadership.
That's what you call that.
Leadership, yes, because a man's role is to be a protector and a provider. At the middle of the night, someone breaks in the house. You want to go? all right. And so also, women want someone that's able to handle their storm without rocking the boat. But at the end of the day, like Stephan said, you want him to be able to take charge with confidence, because that makes you feel safe.
Okay, let's go to the phone. Is that true? Do brothers who have been hurt? Now, I mentioned it. A lot of women. We struggle. I struggle. Forget a lot of women. Let me talk about me. It took me forever to trust that the good guy that I finally did find was really good. I didn't trust it. I just didn't trust it. We talked a little bit about this off camera, off studio. What is it about this distrust that we have with one another that leaves women calling good guys weak and getting with bad boys who end up hurting them? Do you understand what I'm talking about?
I think the first point, as far as good guys being weak, I think that because women have been raised, some women have been raised to be independent, they don't understand that their power is in their softness with a man.
Absolutely.
You're not going to out-hard a man.
Okay.
And so when you say I'm independent, I don't need a man, and when you start speaking to a man, and you're a woman but you sound like a man, and you're trying to be strong, all you do is turn that man off, or you turn him bitter, not realizing that a woman's power, just like a man's daughter, he has power. She has power over him because of her softness, not because she's hard.
So, Stephan, real quick, why do we do this in terms of not being decisive with good guys or bad guys?
Well, I think part of it is there's almost a comfort in the dysfunction. There's a comfort in when you're dealing with a bad boy and he's treating you a certain kind of way. He's put the bad out in front, and women are already expecting bad from a man. So there's nothing to look for. So I'm comfortable here. But when you're too good, too perfect, I got to search for what's wrong. And now the woman will self-sabotage the relationship just looking for an issue. And when she can't find it, it's like, okay, I'm not even going to take any chance going any deeper than this. I'm just going to walk away.
Dr. Tartt, Stephan, we were talking before the break about this hurt that women go through. You've heard some of the callers. Weigh in. What do you think? Go ahead.
Well, I mean, yeah, there are women who, again, I really don't think it's just a matter of a bad boy. I think there's certain traits in the bad boy that women are drawn to, the confidence, the assertiveness.
Okay.
And again, good guys have a hard time balancing that or understanding the necessity to have that balance in their life. Also, I think that when a man is really into a woman, it becomes that much harder to be a bad boy to that woman, because he actually cares about you. He actually cares how you're going to respond and react to what he does. But if I don't care about you or I don't feel for you, then I can be the baddest boy you've ever seen.
Interesting.
So sometimes they'll even have a bad boy that comes to them, but when he finds that one woman he really likes, he turns to putty to her.
Wow.
And then she ends up rejecting him, not realizing that he's just struggling with how to handle her properly.
Well, what do you think, Dr. Tartt?
Well, from a psychological standpoint, there are women and men that need to date bad boys.
You said need.
Need. And they're only going to attract bad boys. That's all they're going to attract right now.
Why?
And they're going to do it for the rest of their life unless they recognize something. If you're in a state of pain, then you have to date a bad boy because that bad boy allows you to express your pain. See, pain bodies are so much stronger than the average thing. You look at pain, you look at the headlines in the news. Pain attracts you. It makes you focus. It makes you look up from your cereal. Destruction in the White House. You'll look up. Nice day at the White House. No one pays attention. So pain is so much stronger. So if you're a woman and you're in a state of pain, you date a bad boy because you need him to say something or do something or to cheat on you so that you can let that suppressed pain out.
That's deep. That is really, really deep. But guys, what do you think about that? That a woman should not come before a man's mother?
I completely disagree with that. I think that if it is your wife, then that's it. She comes first. And if he's going to reference the Bible clearly states God, spouse, kids, then work. So there is the mother is the family, and that's below the wife. So once you are married, you cannot allow your mother to now contaminate the relationship, because unfortunately there are mothers who have deeper issues, and they're holding on to their sons because that's their man in ways.
Oh, Lord,
and they can't let their man go to some other woman.
Dr. Tartt, is that true? A woman should come before a man's mother. Is that only when she's married?
It said he who findeth a wife. He didn't say woman, wife. Your wife comes first. I just posted on my Twitter, at Dr. Tartt, that mama's boys make great friends, but terrible husbands. It's been proven. Proven. You have to be able, he has to be able, this is our test. He has to be able to prioritize you over his mother sometimes. He has to be able to say, hey mom, no, we have plans already. I can't come over right now. You just called me last minute. We're going to the movies. If he's unable to do that, you need to run. Your relationship is not going to work.
Okay, but I got something for you, because we tell our daughters that how he treats his mama is the same way that he's going to treat you. So tons of us are out there looking for these brothers who are elevating and lifting up their mothers. What's the difference between that and a mama's boy? Give me the definition.
The difference is a man who knows how to set the boundary. Again, I can love my mother, uplift my mother, show her the greatest respect, but then when I have a wife, she has to respect that she is now second to my wife. And she has to understand that as a woman, she would not want to be in my wife's position having someone else over her. So she should respect the fact that my wife will come first. And if she is a mother who has addressed any deeper issues that may exist, then trust me, she will be okay with that.
So how do women find, Dr. Tartt, real quick, the balance between this mama's boy and a mother and son relationship that's healthy and one that she should go forward with?
Well, first of all, mama's boy. You want a man, not a boy. Okay? And so a man, in order to be a man, he has to separate from mom. He can go take care of mom, and mom needs him, but he's supposed to go home to his wife. And a mama's going to say, listen to your wife. But you also need to pick wisely, because you can pick a woman that has no respect for her own mother, her own parents, so she's not going to respect any parents. So you have to make sure it's a two-way street. He's separated from his mom, and you have a woman that respects parents and understands the bond. Be your mother's friend. Be the friend. Join the mom. Don't say you can make potato salad better than hers. Say hers is better. Come on now.
Thanksgiving coming up.
Come on.
I have got to take a break. I know I got to take a break. When I come back, okay, General Petraeus scandal opens up a whole new question. What is it about powerful men that women can't resist? Are they in a class by themselves? And how do you predict affairs before they happen? One of my guests says he's going to give us the steps on how we can do that. Stay where you are. I'm Jennifer Keitt, and this is the Jennifer Keitt Show on KISS 104, Atlanta's R&B. General Petraeus, this opens up another whole can of worms for me as a woman. You know, maybe back in the day he had the looks, but he's a 60-year-old, crickly old man. There's no way that I would look at him except for the fact that he is a very powerful man. Dr. Tartt, you say something different, though. Why in the world would a woman throw away her entire life over some crinkly old 60-year-old man?
All right, well, one, we can predict affairs.
Okay, come on.
All right, 6 steps, briefly. All right, one, you have an emotionally unavailable partner at home. So you all have to disconnect it. Okay. You're not talking, it's not the same, you're disconnected.
And we know that about General Petraeus.
He was always out, and probably so was, I'm just saying.
Okay.
All right, then you meet someone new, just by chance. Okay. All right, and then you build a connection. All right? And then you start secret keeping. This is the key. So instead of saying, what did you do today? You say, well, I had coffee. But you don't say it. Even though it was innocent and nothing happened, he's like, why say something that's going to cause an argument? We didn't do anything. And then what happens is you start trashing your partner to the new person that your new friend. So she doesn't do this, she doesn't do that, or my husband's always whining or nagging, and so you trash him. And then there's a negative comparison where you start in your head comparing the friend that you're with right now with your husband or wife, and the minute you do that, you open the door to a small little boundary being crossed. Hey, you look nice today. You look sexy today. Oh, that's a good color on you. A little kiss, a little peck, and then there's your affair. A lot of people don't know they're in an affair until it's too late. So there are a lot of guys that say, I don't know what happened. They're not lying.
Okay, it just happens. So Stephan, so is there anything about this powerful man syndrome? We've got preachers who go down this way. We've got, you mentioned firemen, police officers, generals. I mean, come on.
Yeah, this is nothing new to society. I mean, even look at the rappers that we have. There's some guys that you can look at and people know if he didn't have that status or that money, he wouldn't get nobody.
Come on, you are not lying.
So it's just, I mean, women like that power. They like that man who's in a position of authority who can make some things happen. You know, of course, if there's money, people like money. These things are going to always attract women. And you got to remember that women are attracted to non-physical things. So a man, we're very superficial, but women, if you're ambitious, you just went up a couple points. If you got a great job,
but you're ambitious.
Yeah, now you're looking a little cuter to her. I mean, those outside things can raise up how attractive you appear to that woman. So there are a lot of women who feel attracted to even an intelligent man. There's women who, you can look at the man and he looks like the biggest nerd or biggest geek, and you would think, how can you get a woman? But there are women that will go crazy for him because they're intrigued by his mind.
That's good.
And that makes them attracted to them.
You know what I think? I think there are a lot of women that are in power that really don't want to be in power anymore. They want to be submissive. They want to submit. They want to submit. They want a man to be able to say, listen, this is how this is going.
Okay.
I know what you want to do, but here's what we're going to do. All right, and that's very attractive and sexy to a lot of women. When a guy is too nice and he's not telling her what to do or providing leadership, you know, she gets bored of that. And so I think they like ambitious guys that are out there that automatically you're not in charge and you can submit because you know he's in charge. You can relax and enjoy.
Yeah, I got to go to the phones because they ringing and ringing and ringing. And this is what my brothers are saying here. Thank you so much for your call. We've got less than a minute, guys. What do you think about this?
You just called her when she mentioned that, you know, the good guys hurt you more. Yeah. I always believe that the man that the woman loves most has less room for error. Okay? And that's one of the reasons why some women will deal with bad boys or guys who they know aren't good for them, because they're safer to their emotions. There's more of an emotional control with a guy they're not completely into because they know he's bad. So they feel a little more at ease. But when he's just that good and they're falling that much deeper for that man, and then he makes a mistake, she's devastated.
Oh my gosh, I've got to take a quick break. Y'all left me hanging. Atlanta, Dr. Tartt, Stephan, tell me, where am I going wrong? I still want to believe that good guys finish, and you're shaking your head. Why?
Because when you say a good guy, you think of a nice guy, a sap, someone that's too nice. That's not exciting. What you want, it's not polar opposites. I think what women really want, some women, healthy women, they want a good guy with a bad boy edge to him. The same way we want a lady in the streets and a freak in the bed. I think women want a gentleman in the streets, but at home, you know what it is. You know, there's some directives given. A great lover. They want a great lover that's going to take charge and be able to help them to feel good sexually. I'm being honest.
No, I appreciate that. Stephan, you leave me hanging. You say,
I agree with Dr. Tartt 100%. And, you know, to build on the sexual part, there are a lot of men who don't know how to be sexually assertive with their woman. And there's a lot of times that woman is craving for that man to do so much more and to get her to open up sexually, but he is taking this passive route that doesn't get him anywhere. So they're both left sexually frustrated, and that only damages the relationship even more.
I leave on a high note. If my good guys don't always finish best, who does? How do we begin this process? What's your analysis, Dr. Tartt?
First, good guys do finish first, but they have to have some balance. You have to be able to lead, and that means being being assertive, leading her. If you're going to dance, the woman doesn't want to lead, especially if she's in corporate America. They want a man that's going to handle it.
Okay.
So let that man have balance where he's a good guy, but he's also assertive and dominant and a great lover.
Okay, Stephan.
And that's exactly it. You have to have balance. You have to be able to cherish her, love her, treat her the way she wants to be treated as a queen, but be able to put your foot down, make decisions.
Say that again.
Lead.
Say that.
Put your foot down, man.
Really? Put your foot
Come here,
down.
girl.
Absolutely.
Come here, girl.
Listen, let me tell you something. I was speaking at an event the other day, and
Uh-huh.
I said, women like a man who can check them. And they all applauded.
That's true.
All of them applauded.
That is
Y'all
true.
want a man to
Okay,
handle the storm?
All right.
You want us to cry?
How do you get there? For all my good guys that are out there, for all my women that are out there who are looking for that kind of love, where do we begin healing? What's one thing that we can do tonight, Dr. Tartt?
All right, well, one, for the ladies, realize that it's a privilege to date you, and only date guys that are willing to cherish you, that have a healthy relationship, that have a healthy balance of being a good guy, but also they're not afraid to be the leader in a relationship.
I appreciate that, Stephan.
Well, for the men, don't just default to I'm just too good of a guy, or they just don't like good guys. Understand that you could do a little bit better in the areas of being assertive and making decisions and having confidence as well. If you're carrying yourself like, well, they don't want a good guy, then they're never going to want you. So you better believe that you are desired, so that you will get the woman that wants to be with a man like you. You got to believe that you are the catch of the year. You know what I'm saying? You better.
We are pausing
Can I
this
get my website
conversation.
real quick?
Please, real quick.
All right, drtartt.com, drtartt.com. Read my blog, get the info.
Excellent.
StephanSpeaks.com, and you can also find me on Twitter at StephanSpeaks.
I gotta have you guys met. That is it for today. I've enjoyed this show tremendously. You know I'm gonna do the flip side real soon, ladies. We gotta talk about those bad girls and good girls and how all that happens. I hope you learned something though about yourself, and that you're more aware of how to attract the right person into your life. Have a happy, happy, happy Thanksgiving this week. God bless you as you give thanks with your families this week. And I will be back here, right here, next Sunday evening, 7 to 8 p.m. I'm Jennifer Keitt, your Chief Empowerment Officer. Thanks for listening, and keep it locked right here on KISS 104, Atlanta's R&B.